What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Calibria I'm presenting to you guys a guide on Shield Guardian. Alright, he is a very amazing 4-star net hero unit, possibly a S-tier unit for me, because the set of skills that he has is just amazing. That really suits a defense class type of hero unit in Calibria. His defense is pretty awesome, 965, HP is pretty okay as well, and attack and speed are pretty much average, maybe a little bit below average. Well, let's start with his skill tree first, because this is how we are gonna start before starting with the Rune build, because we really need to understand what sort of skills he really has, because that is gonna be the base on how his runes are actually gonna be defined. Alright, so let's start with his fast skill right away. Shield Bash. What it says is that like it will deal 185% of attack and defense in damage, and it has a 50% chance to taunt a target for one turn. If a defense-based unit pretty much has a taunt, that is pretty awesome. Meaning like they can actually take a lot of damage because they are very durable and has a lot of vitality, and that means like they can take a lot of hits. And being able to taunt is really awesome, because like this can actually help your team to survive, especially those heroes who are pretty much very squishy in your team, especially in the arena content. You don't want to save them, then just taunt the enemy. Alright, and that's how it is supposed to go. Increases the chance to taunt to 100% if the skill deals critical damage. Wow, that's so good. That means like right away on his first slot we really need to go with the crit rate boost, unless you really manage to get a lot of critical rate stats from the substats of the runes. If you can get it from the additional stats, then that would be really great, but really try to give him a lot of critical hit rate, or you can actually run him with those kind of heroes that does provide a good leader skill that has critical rate stat boost. Alright, like let's say that of the Angel of Death or Spider Queen. Like those kind of units. Now let's move on to the next one. First skill, really awesome, really good. I like it. The second one is the Guardian Shield. It is really good as well. Cost a shield with HP equal to 300% of own defense for 2 turns. That's a lot. Provided that he has a lot of defense, that means he is actually gonna cost a very good HP shield on the top of that one. When attacked, while shield is active, restores 10% of all allies HP, which can actually be improved right over here, which is good. I mean like his shield can actually be improved, right? So that's pretty great. And being able to restore like 10% of the all allies HP is really awesome as well. Being a really like not really that great healer, but still 10% of heal is really good for a long-term battle, especially when you are trying to battle in the catacombs. Alright, this can really do provide a lot of relief to your team. You can even go with the version 2 of the second skill, but I think it is not really that alluring as that compared to the first one. Pretty much the damage is same, whereas in this one, when attacked while shield is active, deals damage equivalent to remaining shield HP to the attacker. So if you really want to be on the offensive side, then you can go with the version 2. But I am pretty much voting for the version 1 of the second skill. This can really do provide a lot of utility to your team, and where your shield can actually be improved by the skill enhancement, and it has only a 3-turn cooldown. That is really good. Whereas for the third skill, this is a passive known as the Thorn Shield, which is good, quite good. When being attacked, alright, reflect fixed damage, ignores the defense equal to 80% of defense. Like what? Wow, that's a lot. I mean like he can actually deal. He is sort of like a like a porcupine. I mean like somebody attacks him, he's actually gonna reflect back with a very fixed damage type of like attack. That means like with this kind of case, if you really want to go with this one, that means he really needs to get a lot of defense from his runes. 25% chance to taunt the attacker for 1 turn, that can be improved up to 35% chance. It is a passive skill, guys. As long as he's attacked, there's a chance that he's actually gonna taunt. Wow, taunt is always good, because taunt will not allow a opponent that is under the influence of taunt to use his second or third skill, which can be pretty much devastating for a team. All right, And if this is the case, which is really good, provided that his first skill and taunt, and then like if somebody will attack him again and there is a chance to taunt them again, wow, that's good. Well, as for the second version, alright, it is called the Taunting Shield. Says provoke the enemy and deal 350% of the attack and defense in damage. Wow, so this is pretty much a damage dealing mechanism. So you can go with this one as well if you want to deal a lot of damage. And it has a sort of like 100% chance to taunt the target and reduce the attack for 2 turns. So I think it's only for like single target. If you really are trying to make sure that you just want to taunt that one particular target, then it can actually be pretty great, and reducing the attack can obviously reduce their damage output in the upcoming like future. Whereas the third version of the third skill really does attract me the most. This is really great, the solar flare. Just look at it. Summon a massive beam of light which deals 170% of attack and defense on all enemies. It's an AoE skill. It will really hit the AoE and it will really influence the all the opponents, all right? And it has a 100% chance to taunt targets for 1 turn. Targets, guys, and not just one target. Almost all of his other skills are pretty much like single target type. I mean, like the taunt as well. Whereas for in this case, Solar Flare, I mean, like from Krillin, he stole it from Krillin. Or from Goku. So what happens is that like 100% chance to taunt the targets for 1 turn. That is really great. This can actually be a very good skill even for the PvP content. Just imagine the situation that like right off the battle, when you start the battle, he is actually dealing a lot of damage to the opponents, and also at the same time attracting all the opponents to attack him, okay? Attracting the attention of all the opponents towards himself only. That means like your remaining 3 of the hero units, which could be squishy, can actually act, alright? Can actually be saved because they might be squishy and they might just be killed by a bruiser, just like that. And also, guys, this particular skill also can make him a really good defense team. Yes, I mean, like, just give him a lot of speed, and somehow if he manages to outwit or like outspeed his opponents, and then he can use Solar Flare right off the bat as soon as the battle starts. Oh my god, just imagine how severely disadvantaged the opponents will really be. I mean, like, they won't be able to use their active skills. That is gonna be the like the second skill and the third skill, which could be really devastating to your opponents, and pretty much like it's like a waste of their 1 turn. And he can actually take the damage all day. He's the Captain America, guys. If 2 or more enemies are taunted, wow, now there is another effect, guys. If 2 or more enemies are taunted at a time, immediately receive a bonus attack turn. Whoa, nice, isn't that it? Isn't that nice? Wow, I mean, like, right over here you can use this skill right off the bat in order to taunt all the target, and somehow if you miss some targets to get taunted, you can actually use your first skill in order to taunt them again, guys, which is like, alright, it's too good. Or you can just go with the Guardian Shield in just case you might really want to restore the HP, maybe. But I would rather go with the first skill if there are someone who are left untaunt. Okay, so this is really great. Solar Flare really does make him like one of the best defense unit right out there. I think this is one of the really amazing skill, not only for the PvE content but also for the PvP content. Wherever you go, this skill is really gonna help you a lot. This can really provide him a lot of advantage. I mean, like, he can tank a lot of damage, and this just really allows him. I really like this unit a lot. Oh my god, I mean, like, he's not selfish. He's really trying to provide a lot of like utilities for the entire team and as well for himself as well. And he can really influence the output of the game as long as you use him in your team. So this really does make him a very good S tier candidate. If you guys have any like doubts, if you really guys do not agree to my point, please let me know in the comment section below and let's discuss on it, like why. Just give me your feedbacks and stuff like that. There are so many players right out there, viewers, my audience, who have been giving their views and opinions without any problem, without hesitation, and I've been really loving that one out. Please keep on doing so. Even if I'm wrong, please keep on posting those kind of things. I mean, like, and like, I still also have to learn a lot, right? I'm just saying, like, my opinions, and with the help of you guys, I will have refined opinions in the coming future. All right, so thank you guys. Now let's move on to the next one, that is the latest skill, all allied heroes defense plus 25%. Obviously he can actually deal a lot of damage based on his defense, whatever, like out there, like, you know, like percentage of defense as ignore like fixed damage, like wow, that's good. So higher the defense he has, the more damage he's gonna deal. So this is pretty good. I mean, like, defense also really increases the endurance of your entire team as well, and it's for all allied heroes in all regions. So this is pretty good. So as a really good defense type hero unit is really awesome. So now the question is, what sort of runes to really equip this wonderful hero unit? First of all, we can actually give him the defense rune. This will really provide him like up to a total of up to 45% of defense boost. Obviously he scales his damage based on his defense stats, and this will really allow him to perform really well and also tank a lot of damage at the same time. So this can be pretty good. But if you really want to focus him as a PvP unit or arena unit, Agile runes can actually do him a lot of justification. All right, this will really give him a very higher speed. That means like he will be able to move on in the battle. As soon as the battle starts, he will have the chance to get the first turn, and that means like he can set up his third skill, which is so good, AoE attack skill, right? Very amazing unit indeed. And as he has an AoE skill, that means the Desperation rune can be pretty awesome as well, provided a 25% stun rate, meaning like even if he somehow misses the taunt, that is like 100% for all enemies, what he can do is like at least stun. Okay, so stun and taunt, oh my god, like just one of these buff actually, you know, like debuff or negative status effect just lands on the opponent, this can spell a disaster on them. All right, and this is just too bad for them. And the 6 pieces will actually reduce the target's energy by 50%, which is too good to miss out. All right, too good to miss out. Like taunt, stun, target's energy gauge reduction, like what? In AoE scale, like damn, that's good, I like it. Well, Berserk is pretty much obviously good for everyone, because like getting an extra bonus turn is always good, but you really have to focus on a lot of defense stats on his runes in order to give him that survivability and, you know, like defensive stuff, because he has taunt, and if he cannot actually absorb a lot of damage, then he can actually pretty much be a little bit useless. All right, so with Berserk rune, try to make sure that he has a lot of defense and HP stats. Whereas the last rune that I really want to recommend to you guys is the counter. Obviously, because in his first skill, if you can really build him a lot of critical hit rate on his on his stats, then there is a very good chance that he will actually land that taunt, as long as he is attacked and then he counters and then he can taunt the enemy, which is gonna be so good, so good. So I think out of all right over here, like I think the Desperation is gonna be the best, whereas the counter is gonna be the second best, and the Agile as the same. All right, so it's really up to you on how you really want to take it. Obviously the Desperation, the counter, and the Agile runes are pretty much for the late game content, and if you are a beginner and you want to play it safe, then go with the defense. And Berserk is really up to you on how technically you can use him, how complicatedly you can use him. It can actually make him a little bit complex and very hard to build up, but if you can build him up properly right, then this can actually be a really great blessing, guys. All right, that's said and done. What sort of primary stats should you really focus on? The defense rune. All right, so when you are going for the defense rune, obviously for the second slot, you can actually go with the speed boost as the primary stat, or defense percentage boost. It's really up to you. You want to go for like higher defense, or you can actually want to go with a little bit of more speed so that he can get his next turn pretty fast. All right, it's really up to you, either speed or defense percentage boost as the primary stat. Whereas for the fourth slot, you can go with the critical rate boost. All right, because he really needs to have a lot of critical hit rate in order to successfully taunt the opponents. But if you really manage to get a lot of critical hit rate already from these substats of your runes, then you can easily go with the death percentage boost again, so that like he has even more better chance to tank a lot of damage and a lot of hits, and it can actually make him even more effective, right? The sixth slot should actually also contain the defense percentage boost, or you can actually go with the hit percentage boost as well, because like he has that taunt, which is pretty much a negative status effect, and also to land that he needs to have some effectiveness, guys. All right, you really need to have effectiveness, and provided that with his third skill, if he can taunt more than 2 enemies, what's gonna happen is that guys, he gains an extra turn, right? Oh my god, I just kind of had a fuzzy memory on that one. He gets an extra turn, so that's really great, isn't it? So try to get a hit percentage boost on his 6th slot as well, and pretty much like hit percentage boost as the primary stat can actually go like hand in hand on with Agile as well, Desperation as well, Berserk as well, and Counter as well. Like in the 6th slot, it really should be the hit percentage boost as the primary stat. A death percentage boost if you really want to go like a little bit of like safe mode. All right. In the 4th slot, obviously either death percentage boost or the crit rate boost, depending upon like what actual sort of critical rate boost you are getting from the substats. All right. Whereas for the 2nd slot, again, I would say speed boost, especially if you really want to make him a PvP unit or arena unit, or defense percentage boost if you really want to play it safe. So that's it. That's pretty much it. This S tier unit is gonna be really great like everywhere in any content, whether it be the catacombs, whether it be the world explore regions, and if there are possibly some any raids that is gonna come out, I think he's gonna be really good for even that kind of scenario, and especially for the arena content. Oh my god, equip him with the Desperation runes, and wow, he can actually do miracles, guys. He can actually put the opponents at a severe disadvantage. That's what I can actually say about him. Alright, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel, and see you guys in the next video.